Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I have a little group ride breakdown for you guys today, and it's a good one. I'm excited because I get dropped in this ride. So I just gave it away. Yeah, Cat 1 gets dropped, so let's see what happened. And I'm gonna try to do the little chainless TV game show again this time. So I did this once before and you guys may not have seen it, but basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out some scenarios that were important for this day, and I'm gonna freeze the frame, and I'm gonna be like, all right, what would you do in this pivotal situation? And then you're gonna answer, we're gonna play it out, see what I did, and then we're gonna talk about it and see if I made the right call. So real quick background, this is the Sacramento River Ride, which is, it's a fast group ride, and we just made that right-hand turn off that green bridge, and the racing is on. And it's about, I think the king of the mountain for the race section is like 32 minutes. So this is a short and sharp effort. The name of the game at the Sacramento River Ride is crosswinds. So we're in the flatland here, and it can get super windy. So the wind direction today was, we're in kind of a tailwind section, but we're gonna make a left-hand turn, and that tailwind is gonna turn into a stiff crosswind. So we all know it's coming, I know it's coming, and as you can see, I'm kind of far back. A lot of the quote-unquote hitters, I saw them moving up, and I don't know, I was just feeling like I was too cool for school for moving up, and we're gonna see what happens with that. So let's go ahead and jump up into our first scenario. All right, so we're about to make that left-hand turn into the crosswind. What do you think? Should I move up now or wait? So we skip ahead a couple seconds, but I move up and I do this big effort, and you can see everyone is already squished over to the right-hand side of the road. It's single file, there's gaps opening up. So I think the correct answer to this one was I should have moved up like 3 minutes ago, because I was being a little nonchalant. I was kind of sitting in the wheels, and we were all just kind of cruising on a tailwind section, while everyone that was going to animate the race was already moving up. So that was mistake number one. So let's check out the mess I get myself in. So this is pretty tough. We're doing 400 watts. It's probably like a 15-mile-an-hour crosswind, and riders are blowing up, and I'm finding myself having to close these gaps. So let's count how many gaps I have to close. So here's number one, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that loves crosswinds in the World Tour races. It's super fun to watch. Some of my favorite YouTube videos are when the Lantern Rouge breaks down crosswind chaos like this. But I always kind of wonder how you get guys like Pogacar and some of the strongest guys in the world. How do they get dropped in these crosswind sections? Because can't they just like motor and close these gaps? But you can't. We're all human, and you're only going to have so many of these gap closing efforts in you, as we're going to see my second one right here. And yeah, the wind doesn't really care if you're the multi-time Tour de France champion. And what makes this so difficult is you get up to the next group after closing a gap, and it's not like there's a draft there. You still are subjected to doing a hard effort. So that's why positioning is so important. So one thing that's tough when it's super strung out and single file is it's hard to see what's going on in the head of the race. So again, positioning important, but I pull out and all of a sudden I see this front group motoring away. So I guess this is my third gap close, and yeah, this is starting to take a toll. I'm pretty fit right now. I'm happy with my fitness, but yeah, there's only so many of these I can do, and I wanted to show this. That group is echeloning, so they are rotating in a way where people are getting a draft, whereas when I'm closing these gaps solo or just with like one or two guys, the draft is not nearly as much as that group of like 8 or so up there. So that guy in the gray up there was smart. I played this little game of chicken with the guy in the blue shorts back there. I was like, are you gonna close it? And he did not close it. And that guy in the gray makes it up there, and this is the split. This is the race. It's only a few minutes in, and A lot of people always talk about um, the beginning of the race is just garbage time, but when there's something like a crosswind section like this, you have to be at the front and you have to be attentive, or you're going to find yourself in a situation like this. So that's the front group right there. And yeah, they are so close. So this will bring us to our next scenario. What would you do if you were me? Would you grit your teeth right here and just close this down? Because this is now kind of like a headwind section. Take a look at that arrow. Or would you wait for the guys behind you and start working with them? So I choose to wait. And I think that was pretty much my race done with that decision. So I'm kind of just doing, a sub threshold effort. And there's a couple people on my wheel. And the one guy that sticks it out with me is this Team City guy. And we start rotating, but the other guys drop off. So yeah, it's just me and him, and we're in it for this long chase effort. I think I should have just tried to smash across. Um, and yeah, hindsight's 2020. I probably would have blown up doing it, but I think that would have been a better shot at sticking it out because you can see they're already just motoring away. Like no matter how strong you are, 8 guys are going to be stronger, unfortunately. So I recover for a moment, and me and my Team City buddy are working well together, but the front group is just gone. So my thought process is to win this race, I need the front group to start making mistakes. I need them to start playing games or, skipping poles, just not working well together for us to catch up. That's basically our only hope. So we're coming up to this right-hand turn, and I'm pulling hard, and I basically what happens here is I think I corner a little bit more quickly, and the Team City guy smartly probably is looking for a car, whereas I'm just bombing through. And I kind of gap him off a little bit here. So what would you do? Would you wait for him, or would you just try to drop him? Because now we're in a tailwind section. So I hold up a little bit for him, and I think that was the smart thing to do. Just because you can drop someone doesn't mean you should, because basically we're just time trialing right now, and we need to figure out the fastest way of traversing this course, because that will give us the best likelihood of catching that front group. And a group of two is going to be much faster than just me alone. So I hold up, let him recover a little bit, and then we start working together again. So we do that whole long kind of tail crosswind section together. And right here, I don't have a rear camera. I need to get a rear camera. I'm sorry, guys. But I kind of stand up a little bit, and I see in my shadow that he's kind of losing my wheel. So at this point, where we're only about maybe like 5K to go, this is when I kind of step on it and drop him. And I should say, in jumping forward, we passed I think 3 guys that got shelled off that front group. So I might even be about, on the Brodium, top 5 here. So even if you get dropped, like keep going. You never know what can happen. And it totally sucks that I got dropped and wasn't able to influence this little race group ride, but I loved it. I learned so much about crosswinds, and I think it's painful to get dropped, but you oftentimes learn the most in those situations. So even guys that are the best in the world will get dropped, and if it happens to you, whatever, it doesn't matter. We're all just doing this for fun. So yeah, let's see what happens at the end here. So I keep chugging along, and I pick up this one last guy that was shelled off that front group. And this was amazing. I had a blast. I learned a ton, and I got an amazing workout. I'll tell you guys that much. So I hope you're enjoying the content. Feel free to hit that subscribe button. And I think this guy, he pips me at the line. We just kind of roll together, but he wants to win it. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying this, and I'll see you guys real soon. I'm planning a ton of videos for that 1 minute power thing. I'm getting like deep into the weeds about anaerobic power. So I have a lot to present on that. And yeah, I'll see you guys real soon. I'm going to do that 1 minute power test here. I'm kind of procrastinating on it, but I'll see you in the next one.